The Rap Roundtable.
We have a special guest here in the Rap Roundtable. We doing it big to start this whole year.
Big.
Yes.
Rome Streetz. What's good, brother?
Yo, what's good? What's the word?
What up, Spitter?
How you doing? Chilling, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. So, Rome, right out the way, COVID's been crazy, right? A lot of things didn't move the way it was supposed to move because of this pandemic. What I'd like to know from you to get the negative or the positive out of the way early is how did this affect you business-wise?
It really kind of just fucked up the way I maneuver as far as like doing shows, like appearances, going places, you know what I'm saying? Just like interacting with fans, you know what I'm saying? Just personally being outside. So that kind of fucked things up because this was a big year for me. So I felt like I would have did a lot this year more than I did last year. But as far as just like creatively, it kind of helped. I'm like a workaholic anyway when I be just tapped in and shit. But now it's like I'm forced to fucking rap. It's like I'm in the house all day and like, you know, like I got fucking recording equipment in my crib. So it's like I'm in the house majority of the day now. So it's like, all right, let me just cook up. You know what I mean? I be fucking watching TV, listening to music. It's like, all right, if you listen to enough music, you're going to get inspired to make your own. So it's like,
You got anything that like you got on deck that you saving just like for the right moment?
Yeah. There's a couple things. Because, you know, it's like my work ethic and my work rate is kind of faster than my output. You get what I'm saying? Right. So I have, like, the album that I'm about to drop next is some shit that I started probably this time last year. But then once I finished that, I've been working for a whole year. You get what I'm saying? So it's like next year, what I did this time last year is going to come out. So then shit that I did like a week ago, if it's not my song, it's probably not gonna come out until the year after. And I'm saying so much stuff that's like on the timeline. You know what I mean? And even if I make something today, it's like, damn, where am I put this? So it's like,
I feel you.
So you would say COVID actually made you sharper with the creation?
Yes. Now it's like I'm hoarding. You get what I'm saying? I'm hoarding music. Yeah. It's a stockpile shit. Like,
that's crazy, bro.
So hold on. You gotta give us that.
I'm saying it's coming. I just dropped something.
You gave us 2 joints in 2019.
You
gave us 2 in 2019.
Talk to me, son.
Yeah.
So you find that you could be like creative at home? Because I was just talking to the homie earlier today. I can't be. There's too many people in my house. I can't be creative at home because I gotta, go somewhere else.
He makes beats.
Myself in the zone. So, but you feel comfortable at home, just chilling and creating at home.
Because I get into a zone. You know what I'm saying, and like I've been doing this shit for so long, just like rapping. That's like I could do it anywhere. You get what I'm saying? Like if it once I hit a beat and I'm tapped into it enough. You know what I mean? I could just go. You get what I'm saying? Like a majority of my shit is like made on the go. You get what I'm saying?
That's
like I get inspired while I'm moving. So like I could be in a car, I could be on a train, I could be traveling on a plane, I could be walking down a block, like I'll be thinking of shit. But then I could be in my crib thinking of shit. So it's like
constant inspiration.
When I want to do it, I could do it.
I feel like because you seen what I did this year, but I set my own studio up in the crib too. I'm like, you know what? If this is what it's gonna be, I'm gonna record myself, and it is difficult. Like I see what you talking about. Like, but when the first 3 episodes I did in the crib was kind of like below tier because it was like this is weird. I'm in my house, I'm recording, but like once you get in your zone, it's like whatever. You can do it anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, Rome, I was doing some research about your story and how you came up, and I learned that you spent some time overseas in the UK. Would you say that the grime scene over there while you were there, were you a fan of it, and did it influence your art as you came up in the rap game?
Yeah, I was a fan of it. I would say I went to London like when I first started to rap, probably like, cause I was a kid, I was a teenager, I was like 14, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's when I first like really started to rap, like, so that was around the time when the grime shit like first started to come about. You get what I'm saying?
So you got in on the ground floor.
Yeah, so it was like I was interested in it because it was different.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like I got a lot of family from the UK and shit. Like I was born there, but I came to New York when I was 1.
I like how you
know what I'm
played
saying?
that up because they tried to kill 21 for that shit. Like, it's not
you
wrong
was
with
born-
being
Oh, nah, hell no, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I was born in London.
Wow, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then I came to New York when I was 1. I would have been born in New York, but it's a funny story. Like my mom, my dad, like, you know what I'm saying? Because my grandparents, they live out here. You know what I'm saying? They're from, like, it's a long story, but like my mom and my dad
We know what
lived,
we know what
you know what I mean? Lived in London and shit. They came to New York.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? And then my fucking dad ended up getting arrested. He got deported and
Damn.
shit. So
He
my
got
mom
deported
went back.
to UK?
Yeah, like,
Oh, shit.
so my mom went back to London and shit, and then had me or whatever, and then I guess she came to New York like a year later or whatever, and then I just been, you know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with dual
So-
citizenships. Fuck it. What's
Yeah,
up?
so fucking like I had a lot of family, you know what I'm saying? I got cousins and shit from out there. So like they would come to New York, you know what I'm saying? Or like I went to London one time when I was 8 and shit. So I was chilling with my cousin, he was just playing me music and I was just like
Yeah,
fucking with it.
yeah.
Like they had some shit out there called Jungle. And it was like, it's like a fast-paced beat. But like I just fucked with it, you know what I'm saying? Like cause I always liked music. So like when I went back over there and I listened to like the grime shit, I fucked with it. You know what I'm saying? Because this rapping is just like a faster pace.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to like the Pop Smoke shit now,
Right.
the shit that them niggas rap over,
That's grime.
that's grime.
grime.
Like
Right.
literally that's like the same
from
shit.
Yeah.
It just evolved, you know what I'm saying? So like it influenced as far as like being able to like have a different tempo with my raps. You get what I'm saying? Like I can spit fast, I can spit slow. So like fucking with grime, like I used to rap over their beats too, you know what I'm saying? Just
Okay.
because, you know what I'm saying?
Contraband. I don't know. Maybe I'm off base, but it sounds to me that Farmer Beats. They're from the UK, right? It sounds to me very much like a hybrid of that classic New York sound with some grime,
Yeah.
and it's dope, bro. Because the lyrics is straight New York.
Even,
You know what I mean?
like the intro when I'm hearing the British chick talking
Yeah,
in
there's
the
a lot
beginning,
of
I'm like,
that.
this
No,
is real,
because look,
like gutter, like English
I
shit.
did that shit purposely because I'm like, it's like, put like this. He's from UK, I'm from New York, but I have roots in the UK. So it's
Right,
like, okay,
right.
I want to have a lot of, like, I want to kind of display that in a way. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Word.
take a lot of skits from over there, you know what I'm saying? Throw that on the shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, sample a lot of music that's not from America. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, but
like,
that set the tone. When
just
I
put all
heard
that shit
I was
together
like,
in a pot. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Like,
I
you
like
rap
to
like a
do
New
shit
York
like that.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, hell yeah,
hell
because
You
that's
rap like a
what I
New
grew
Yorker.
up on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I used to fucking tape the radio. You get what I'm saying? Like,
A little bit of
that.
tissue on the tape.
Yeah, of course.
Vibes. I might be a little too young for
Trust
that.
me, bro. I used
So
to
what?
tape Hot
Grow
90.
up.
I used to tape Hot 97 religiously. Like,
Yo,
that's what I grew up
nah,
on.
because like when I put on
Trust
that
me.
project and I heard Shorty talking her shit in the beginning, I'm like, oh, it's game time. Like I was
Fuck
already
Bills,
like,
they'll walk.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
this
Whenever
is
you
the,
start
this
with
is the
that, it's
ends
heat.
over here. You know what
No,
I mean?
and like it's crazy because like I do a lot of like I throw like a lot of like Easter eggs in my music as far as like little things that I do with like let's say skits or beat choices that you probably wouldn't pick up on. Like I throw like a lot of fucking like dance hall reggae shit in my shit too, like skits and things like that because like I'm my family Jamaican also, so I throw
what's
that
up.
in there also. You know what I'm saying? So like
it's only right.
yeah,
so you
like I
say
try
that
to mix all that shit.
you put a lot of thought into your music. It's not
Yeah,
thoughtless
hell
bars.
yeah.
Like, you
Yeah,
really
of course,
construct
of course,
this.
of course.
Like, I
It's not just like rhymes over beats and then
right,
that's
thank
it.
you.
Like, nah.
Like
it's a
I
lot
can
of
hear
extra
when
thought.
I'm listening, I'm like, yo, you have like a lot of influences from all sorts of like, you know, different corners of the world and whatnot. What's the influence you would say that like we'd be surprised that like or something that inspires you that is like, you know, we wouldn't really necessarily think you
That
would.
Rome fuck with that.
I'm inspired by a lot of psychedelic shit. Yeah.
Okay.
hell yeah.
I got a
yeah.
follow up for that.
Like psychedelics, like a lot of like just like left field psychedelic shit.
pro-
you get what I'm
like
saying?
prog
Like I wouldn't say music,
Okay.
just like
psychedelic
Like-
experience.
like psychedelic experiences
Okay.
and then like sounds. You get what I'm saying?
Bro,
Yeah.
can I ask
Not
you
like
this?
Grateful
I'm sorry.
Dead, but I like their imagery, but just like no, go ahead.
I hate to cut you off.
No,
I just,
go
you know, but my favorite song on Contraband
Mm-hmm.
was "Lick the Toad," and I had to constantly listen. All right, so the first time I heard it, I'm like, okay, this is a song is it about a psychedelic experience? And then I was like, no, this is a song about a drug dealer preying on I just there's so many layers to that.
What's the question, Lang?
Would you describe that song? Because I love it so much. Would you describe the theme of that song? Is it just braggadocious, or is there a deeper meaning?
What made me even call it "Lick the Toad"?
Yeah, thank you for finding the question that I couldn't find.
That song kind of just reminded me, like, put like this: majority of my songs aren't like made like, okay, I hit a beat, like, okay, I'm gonna make a song like this. Majority, I would say 98% of my songs start out with the first line that you hear me say.
Okay.
That's how the song starts. That's how the idea comes. So just like, so put like this.
Yeah.
So put like this. That beat kind of just made me think of like movement. You get what I'm saying? It just sounded like some like nighttime fucking dark, like it just sounded like some dark highway shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's why I started out like on the road with the load. And it was like, okay, so it's like fall into the rabbit hole, go lick the toad. It's like, okay, now come into my world. You get what I'm saying? Like
Alice in
fall
Wonderland.
into the rabbit hole. It's like, okay, dive into what I'm about to show you. Like come to my world. Like
Pull up.
The music is the psychedelic, and we are the fiends that are taking it in.
Yeah, at times.
I'm overthinking.
When I feel like
So that leads me to a question, because I was I was planning on asking you this anyway. When you create, do you sometimes just write and then put it to the beats later, or is it always the beat first that inspires you to like you just said, like you heard the beat and you was like the first line that came out your mind, that's where it started. So like, is that usually how your creative process goes? Or?
It depends. Like if I'm like, you hear this beat right now playing, if I'm like sitting here
By the way.
and I'll think of a first line, okay, if it's good enough for me to commit it,
Right.
then that's what I'm saying to this. But then sometimes like there won't be no beat playing. Like I I think of some of my illest like shit in the shower. Because but it's a science to that though. It's a deep science to that. But like with those thoughts, I just come up with lines and shit, and I'll be like, okay, if I hear a dope beat or if I'm about to work on something, then I'd be like, does this go to that? Let me see.
Got you.
Majority of my shit can go to anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
So
the
it's
way
like-
the way the spacing is, the way the pace is, though, it's almost like did he write it to a beat or did he not write it? It lays down almost so perfectly that you would think he wrote it to the beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you know what's funny about my shit? It's like there's no like one way that I make a song. Like I'll be writing a track, like I'll be writing to let's say this beat. I'll write a whole song to this beat and then like spit it to another beat and be like, oh shit, this
go even crazy.
You get what I'm saying? Like for instance, like 96 Naughty, I didn't even write that song to that beat.
That's crazy.
The reason why I called it 96 Naughty because the original beat was called like Nautica Jacket.
That's crazy.
So like that's what made me.
gems.
So like the first line was like, okay, like Nautica Jacket. I just remembered like, okay, in 96, I remember I had like that Nautica Jacket when I was a kid. Like, I was like, okay,
right,
so that's where that shit, it took me back to there. You get what I'm saying? But then I heard the other beat. I'm like, let me hear how this sounds over something else. Cause I have a ton of beats. I'm like, you know what? Let me rap over this guy's shit today. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this shit sound hard. Oh, it's going to this.
Or like
know
you
what I'm
spit
saying?
like the same verse over like multiple beats to see how you get the vibe off.
Or like sometimes like I just think of like dope shit. I think of like lines. Like sometimes like for a whole month I won't even write bars, like a whole complete rap. I just be like, I think of like dope ass rhymes and just like write one-liners and shit. So like that's how I never get writer's block. I'd be like, if I feel like I have writer's block, I just like start a rhyme with one of those. Like, okay.
Copy.
You know what I
That's
mean?
dope.
Or
You
I
ever go
just-
off the dome? Like,
Yeah, hell yeah,
Okay.
bro. Yo, listen, bro, before I started writing raps, I was going off the dome. Like, freestyling was it before
the
I
best
even
way.
wrote a rap. Like,
that's real
I would
hip-hop
say
shit.
like a year or two before I even wrote a rap, I was freestyling. So I was freestyling
Word.
for years before I even wrote. So like,
It perfects the craft, man.
I can freestyle like disgustingly. I just don't because it's like,
You already got all
my
these
writing is
lines.
more concentrated. If
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Not saying I don't believe in my shit because I do, but it's like if I'm on the spot right now, it's like, yo, freestyle. I could, but if I fuck up, it's like,
And that's the vibe.
And then where I'm at right now, it's like, yo, I don't want to, like, I mean, I'm roam streets to the world, so it's
Right,
like
you
I gotta
gotta
play
learn
that
the rules,
shit.
man.
You
Yeah, I
get what I'm
feel you,
saying?
bro.
So it's like if I'm not one of them niggas that's like, yo, I'm a freestyle a whole album.
Nah.
Like no, like I owe, like
You got a brand. You got to protect
yeah, it's
that.
like I put it like this, bro. I owe more to hip hop to write because
I
it's
feel
more
you.
concentrated. If I just go in there and freestyle, it's like it would just have to be like, yo, that's what I'm doing for this shit.
It'll be
Right.
dope.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna freestyle this, like
not the same
purposely,
post.
and this
Just
is
just for the
this
hell
is
of it.
like the theme behind it. It's a freestyle thing.
Copy.
You know what I mean? I want to write because writing is like that's the shit that made everybody fuck with me. Like,
So would you say you're more of a writer than a rapper?
I'm both.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, sometimes I don't write raps in that sense. Like, I'll make it up in my head, and then I'll just write it so I don't forget it. You know what I'm saying? Like, some shit I made up, like, I just be thinking about it, and it's just like an exercise for me. Like, okay, let me see if I could just, like, make a rap without writing it, and to see how long I smoke a lot of weed, so I gotta write it. Yo, son, I've lost so much shit
Deadass?
just, like, thinking about it, like, oh, this is fire. And, like, all right. And then just go on with my life, like, damn, I forgot that bar. Like, fuck.
Trying to
You know what I'm
recover
saying?
that
Like,
shit.
I
Brutal.
lost a lot of, like, fire shit, so I always write it. I
Can I ask you about because I've had Contraband on heavy rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Laced. Was that a song that you wrote on paper before you heard the beat? Did the beat inspire that? It's a really it's a tragic story and an important one and a cautionary tale. Could you just talk about the process of writing that song?
First of all, like, majority of that song is true. It's actually about someone that I know. You get what I'm saying? He's not dead, but it's like literally about somebody. So the process of writing that song, I would say I just heard the beat and I just felt like, you know what, like the beat just, like I just felt like, you know what, I gotta give him a story. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to do some story shit because one, like I remember on the first album I did with Farmer, the Street Pharmacy, I did the crime scene joint. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I gotta re-up and do something for this. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that came about. I don't physically write my rhymes. Like, I type them shit to my phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, I can't remember how I actually, like, started that. Cause, like, that album, like, I did an interview with Gully TV, like, last year. Or, like, maybe it was the year before that. Like, and I had to go, like, somewhere dumb far. Like, it was me and my man Jamal Gasol. I had to go to Buffalo to meet him.
Damn.
So I had to go from down here to Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? And then back. So on the way back, I was on, like, the fucking Greyhound or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just, like, cook up to this shit. Let me just start this shit. So I can't remember if, like, I probably wrote, like, 4 tracks on that, like, that bus ride. I can't remember if I wrote that song on a bus ride or if it was just one of those that I sat down and just put together. But that song is a true story about this kid. When I used to live in Hollis, there used to be this young kid, like, they used to just come to my crib and shit. Like, my crib used to be like the chill spot. Same motherfucker used to come through, smoke weed or whatever. So he used to be one of the kids or whatever. And he sold me this laptop, like the first, like, Mac laptop I ever had. Like, he sold me that shit. And, like, I remember, like, he was like a regular kid, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a 16-year-old kid, fresh or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just a regular kid at that age. And then I remember, like, years passed or whatever, I moved to Brooklyn. Like, my girl was living in like East Flatbush.
Okay.
And I got off the train and shit. And I seen him, and, like, he just looked fucked up. I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck is going
How
on
many
with
years
son?
have passed since you had seen him?
Good little minute.
Probably like 4 or 5, right?
Wow, okay.
And then I'm like, damn, son, like, what the fuck happened to son? You know what I'm saying? And I never really got to talk to him. So then I would say, like a couple years later and shit, like I moved to the Sty. And then I seen him. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
You seen
And
him
then-
again.
Yeah, and then I was like, I seen him, like, I was driving by in the car, I seen him and shit. And then one day I was at the store, and then like he just walked up to me like, yo, Rome was good, bro. I'm like, and I was surprised that he remembered me. He's like, yo, son, like, yo, you always had the bar and shit. I'm like, oh, what's up? He's like, yo, I'm like, damn, you good? He's like, yeah, I live at the house, but I just gave him money and shit. So now that I live over there, like, I always see him around. But it's like, I smoke a lot of weed. I can't remember if I wrote the song. I probably wrote the song, like, before I see him now in my neighborhood. Like, I see him all the time and shit. You get what I'm saying?
He's still kind of like fucked up.
Yeah,
like
like I think I don't know what the fuck happened to him and shit, but
that.
So
it's
you
crazy.
mentioned-
No, go ahead.
Buffalo. I
Yeah.
gotta ask the question. How did the connection? Fly God is an awesome guy. Got the feature on
Yes.
Westside Gunn's project. How did that come about?
I could say I met Westside Gunn probably like a year and a half before that at a
Okay.
show. You know what I'm saying? I did a show with Benny or whatever, and like we was outside in the back, and like I'm real cool with Tech from Smith and Wesson. He's real cool. He's real
Word.
cool
A
with
legend.
Westside Gunn and them.
Legend.
So the first actual time I met him was we just in the back just chopping it up, and then I met him in LES at Social Misfits party or whatever shit called community service. He had just randomly came through. I was just outside smoking weed with my homie and shit, and he just like walked up to me like, yo, what up? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? He's like, yo, ain't shit. But like, you know, he's heard my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's heard my shit around. He's like, yo, I heard this shit on DJ Premier. You know what I'm saying? Cause like one thing about the underground hip hop shit, it's like a community.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
absolutely.
It's like a community, like
Facts.
everybody knows everybody. Even if like you never met the motherfucker, like
Yeah, know him if you don't know
everybody's
him.
music
Social-
gets played on the
social media
same
is like
radio
that,
show. Like
yeah.
if DJ Premier has a show, everybody's tapped into DJ Premier.
That's a fact.
So at the end of the day, you know he's gonna play some Westside Gun
Facts.
shit. And at the end of the day, he's probably gonna play some Rome Street shit. So if Westside Gun listen to shit.
Right.
Most probably gonna hear some Rome Street shit. I've done a lot of shit with like producers that he's fucked with. You know what I'm saying? So like we met and chill, we smoked weed or whatever. And like one of his mans or whatever, the guy who does his art, Don't Watch TV. I'm real cool with him. So like at that time, like we was just outside chilling. And like we just had a conversation. He was like, yo, Wes, this is Rome Streetz. You know what I'm saying? This my homie. You know what I mean? And he's real good friends with Westside. So we chopped it up or whatever. We just chilling. And he's like, yo, I fuck with that 96 Naughty shit. DJ
Facts.
Premier played that shit. Yo, I fuck with this shit. I'm like, yo, that's what's up. You know I fuck with your shit. And then, you know, like it be shows. Like the show that he did. Like anytime the motherfuckers do a show in New York, I was always there, you know what I'm saying? Backstage, chopping it up, fucking with niggas. So he always see me. So then he just DM'd me one day on Twitter, like, yo, I got something for you. Yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna send me a number. And then he texted me, he sent me the track. I'm like, okay.
Tapped in.
You know what I mean? I walked to the store. I was with my homie Sauce Heist or whatever. He's at my crib and shit. So, all right. He's like, yo, let's go get something to drink. Went to the liquor store. From walking to the liquor store, back to my crib, I wrote the shit, recorded shit, sent it to him. Like, all right, you know what I mean?
Yo, how long
crazy
did
right
that
there.
take? That's like 5 minutes.
It be like that, yo.
Nah,
some-
that's cause you saying that because that's one of the best verses on the project. So it's
Hell
like that's
yeah.
all it
Yo,
took.
cause yo,
A walk to the store?
with me, it's like, yo, I like to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like my pen be having adrenaline.
Copy.
So it's like, okay, oh, this nigga Westside Gunn hit me up. He want to feature?
Say
oh,
less.
this-
That's what's up.
Yeah, like
you
I'm
gotta show
on
off.
it.
You
Like
gotta show off.
I'm not one of them niggas that's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna take 2 months to do it. Like,
Right.
nah,
Right.
Nah,
I'm
and I
ready to
hate them
go
type of
right
niggas.
now.
Like,
Like,
just
you
rap
get what
that
I'm saying?
shit.
I'm ready to dump right now.
Facts.
Because this is some shit that's gonna really like make an impact.
Yeah, it's
Motherfuckers gonna be like,
permeate.
yo, wow.
So
You know what
first
I mean?
off, I just want to say, weed is the healing of the nation.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Second, Joyeria. Where was that written, bro? that is a
Joyeria, yeah.
that is a cinematic album.
Oh, yeah,
if you close your eyes, listen to the album through, it's like a movie, bro. It really,
Okay,
Oh, yeah, it is.
where was
Fire.
that written?
first class.
Okay. Put it like this, right? That album, it's funny how you started that. It was like, your weed is the healing of the nation. Because when I made that album, I wasn't even smoking weed. What? Word. For a whole
Curveball.
year. Listen, for a whole year, I wasn't smoking weed because I caught a case or whatever. And I had to, I had to do drug court. So I couldn't smoke weed or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I had to really just like fly straight for a whole year or else I was gonna go to jail shit.
Bless his soul.
So like with that album, it was produced by the Artivist. The Artivist is like, you know what I mean, like one of my producers or whatever. It's funny because I met him on YouTube like years ago, like before I was even, lit with the rap shit, when I was just trying to get on and shit. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm on, but
Nah,
when I was trying to get an audience before I even had one, you get what I'm saying? Like, he was a young kid, you get what I'm saying? He was like fucking 14. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, I fuck with your shit. Like, yo, can I sign to you? I'm like, sign to me? Like, what the fuck, bro? I'm trying to get niggas to hear my shit. But, you know what I'm saying? I was always rapping like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm better now, but I was always like on this type of shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I'm like, okay, we're gonna do an album. And like his beats are very like soulful. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I wanted to just do some shit. Like the whole concept of that album was like, I wanted to like talk to my younger self. Like now that I'm older, like all the shit that I wish I would have knew then that I knew now that probably would have helped me navigate a little bit better.
A lot of gems.
Like I kind of wanted to do that with that album. You get what I'm saying? So like that album was just written just all across New York, you know what I'm saying? Just living life. I write in my phone, so I'm always on the go doing shit. You get what I'm saying? So the album was just written. I can't even tell you where I was at. I'm saying I would say I could give you like a story from that album. Like one of the songs that's probably like one of my favorite songs.
Which one?
There, Discretion. It's funny, I was fucking smacked off of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was I was drinking Tiger Bone and Hennessy.
I'm dying to
the
try
juice bar
Tiger Bone,
spots.
bro.
Fuck with that.
Yeah?
That shit is
That's what
like
I heard,
hand
bro.
down,
That
It's like,
hand
Coach
down.
over there in the
bro,
cut, like,
that's
shit bad.
What the fuck is Tiger Bone?
now homies like, be careful though.
that shit is an experience. So like I remember like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Gotta look
that
this
was
up
a
now.
time where like
Facts.
like my girl, whatever, she was like, my girl's like the CEO of this whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
They usually are.
yeah, like yo,
I
son, it'd be
understand.
like, you know,
Shout out to
behind
the
everybody, China Street, like behind every like great man is a great woman. You know what I'm saying?
It's a
So it's
fact.
like a lot of the time before anything even goes out the door, it's like, yo, babe, you fuck with this? It's like, yeah, I fuck with this.
Best
So
interest.
it's because it's like a lot of like this underground shit, like this boom bap shit. I don't even like to call it boom bap, but it's just
Me
something to
either.
generalize it real
Oh,
fast.
shit,
So,
shut up.
you know what I'm saying?
Fuck outta here,
I
nigga.
just say that.
No,
You fried. You call boom bap all the time, nigga.
I call it boom bap because I'm forced to.
Yeah, it's just
To-
because
to-
everybody
what the fuck are you
understands.
talking
Everybody
So what do you refer to it
Fuck
as
you
now
talking
when you're not
about?
referring to it as boom
A
bap?
hip hop, nigga.
Fuck out of here.
All right.
It's just
Yo,
rap.
bro,
It's
bro,
hip-hop.
I'm sorry.
He's right.
Hip-hop.
Please continue.
So put like this. A lot of the people that consume this type of shit is mostly males. It's mostly niggas that like this
Right,
shit.
right, right.
You get what I'm saying? So if my girl likes it, then it's gonna
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Avid hip-hop
So
head.
it's like, my girl's like, yo, son, one thing that will make your shit iller is like if you just, you know what I'm saying, like have more emotion in your shit. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of these niggas are underground, there's no emotion in that shit. There's no feeling. It's just
rap.
bars and
That's
just
very true.
hardcore
Don't I talk about that shit all the time,
machismo
bro?
all the
That's very
time.
true.
You get what I'm saying? So you kind of got to deliver it a different way. So with that song was like me delivering it, because that song is about some real shit. It's about real feelings. You get what I'm saying? It's about real thoughts, emotions, and feelings.
Right.
So I was off the Tiger Bone and the Hennessy.
Tiger Bone and Hennessy.
I was fried chicken off of that.
He
shit,
can't
bro.
smoke weed.
And
I
I
gotta do something.
Yeah,
You gotta
bro.
do something,
And
man.
it's funny because I was in the program and it's like, yo, I was getting piss test 3 times a week. So it's like I had to figure out how like
I get that twist
maneuver
on, you know what I'm
off the
saying?
liquor. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but like I recorded that particular song, smacked off of that, and it came out very dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, but you
But
don't.
like-
You don't need nothing else, bro.
Nah,
listen, bro, I'm
sometimes,
always
you
trying
know,
to
the liquor
improve
is
though.
out the
You get what I'm saying?
The
Like, yo,
elixir
the
helps.
job is never finished, bro. It's never done, bro. Job is never finished.
So
Kobe
let
style.
me hold on. Let
Word.
me just
Go
ask
ahead,
something
go ahead.
real quick. Because I know you're very confident in your pen for 2 reasons. One, because I hear your music. You know what I mean? But 2, like right now, you're like, yo, but I owe this to hip hop because I'm nice like that. So because you said you started, in your teens, maybe 14. But when was the first time that you like really thought to yourself, like it hit you, like, yo, I'm nice. Like niggas ain't fucking with me. I'm nice.
Great question.
I put it like this. I always felt that was nice.
Copy.
I always felt
Got
that was
to.
nice.
I
From
like
the
that.
first rap.
If you ever wrote a rap, you know what he's talking
The
about.
thing that made me rap was like, yo, I'm in school. Yeah, I'm in high school and shit. And then like one day I just go to the lunchroom and I see everybody who I'm in class with, these niggas at the table rapping and shit. I'm like, oh, they battling. So I'm like, oh, okay, y'all niggas rap? Word? I'm listening to that shit.
Trash.
And then like I hear them like they alright, but then like they're stealing bars from niggas. From like rappers. You know how some like and I listen to a lot of rap. So like back then they'll steal a rhyme from a song that they think nobody heard. But I'm like, yo, I listen to shit.
A lot of people do that with cannabis, bro.
Yeah, bro. And then this was around that cannabis time.
I'm telling you.
So
A lot of
you know
people
what I mean?
cheated.
It's like early 2000s and shit. So I'm like, oh, this what y'all niggas doing? Fuck that, bro. I could do this. What y'all do? Let me see if I could do this shit. So I went home, wrote my shit, came back, and I smoked them niggas. So I'm like, okay, I'm nicer than y'all.
Go.
And my rap was dope. So I'm like, okay, I always had that confidence behind my shit because it was like I was competing with my first rap. It wasn't just like, hey, I just writing a rap.
Yeah. Interesting.
Right? No,
That's
like
interesting.
I came to war with that first rap that I ever wrote.
So I
and
gotta
I
keep it
won.
up.
So I was
Not
like,
for
okay,
nothing.
cool. So then like one other thing was like, okay, after that was like the first year. After that year was when I got shipped to London.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying? So I didn't really get, like that first year of me rapping, I didn't even really get to like branch out into the city with my shit.
Damn,
I was
bro.
just in school.
You don't. I know you
Yeah,
was
I mean-
sick, man.
So
No,
it
but
was
the
like-
lunch table is important, bro.
Yeah,
It
the
is.
lunch table was
You gotta
important.
go to
That's where you hone the
Because
craft.
like, cause put like this, once you conquer that one lunch table, that one little cipher in the lunch table, and like I was in 9th grade. So it was like, okay, that was just one little cipher of the 9th graders and probably an 8th grader. There was probably 10th graders, 11th, 12th
Yeah.
gravers that was rapping too.
Yeah,
So it's like you
small
kind of
ranks.
gotta bounce around now.
Yeah.
And then outside of school was the neighborhood.
Different lunch
So you
periods.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, exactly.
It's like a video
exactly.
game. You
Cook
gotta
them
go
all,
through the
like
levels.
Exactly.
Pokemon. Cook 'em
So
all.
I didn't really I excelled through the levels. Okay, to the 9th grade, like nobody in my grade could fuck with me. You get what I'm saying? Then
Yeah.
it was like other niggas probably like a grade above that heard me was like, okay, he nice. But then I got shipped off to London. So now when I go to London and shit, that kind of just like it made me rap more because that's the shit that reminded me of home. Cause like, I was kind of like upset, quote unquote, depressed and sad. Like, damn,
Yeah,
son, I'm.
homesick.
Yeah, I mean, I was 14. That's like when you first getting into your shit. That's when you
Facts,
first jumping off the porch, doing your little thing, having your girlfriend running around smoking weed. So I was
dig?
just getting into my shit, and then it's like you realizing like, oh shit, I live in New York. So it's like, okay, let me like start running around and shit. You get what I'm saying?
different vibe,
Yeah,
y'all.
it's like, okay, let me start running around. So like that little first year of me running around, I got in trouble. Like my mom was like, whoa. Get the fuck
Get him
out
outta here.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. So I didn't really get to experience it. So once I'm out there in London, it's like the only thing that reminded me of home was like rapping. Like, okay, I want to rap. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just a thing. You get what I'm saying? And then when I started going to school over there, like, it's funny, niggas, like, they knew I was. The first day I got there, everybody knew I was coming. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, you're the kid from America. I'm like, how the fuck y'all know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was crazy.
It's a different world over
Yeah,
there,
it's a
bro.
different world because, like, at the time when I was in New York, like, we was running around. That's when we first started smoking weed. Like, my friends are stealing their parents' cars and shit. Like, we first started fucking around with
You
guns
missed the
and
whole
shit. Like,
GTA era.
yeah,
Facts.
we
of
was
your
wilding, you know what I'm saying? So, no, but then when I go to London, I'm more turned up than them. You know what I'm saying? Because I, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I
Different
rap.
energy over there.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I rap. They're like, oh, where'd you rap? I'm hearing them rap, and they're just like primitive. They hear me rapping. They're like, oh my God, you're a
Yo,
god.
nigga said
Like,
primitive.
everybody just like looking at me like, oh my God, you're just a god with this shit. So that boosted my
Jay-Z.
confidence. Yeah, so everywhere I went, it's like, oh, listen to him rap. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and it's
crazy.
in London.
Nah, rap
And
is
the thing
powerful,
is,
bro.
It is, man. It
I
touches
was
the soul.
always, it's like I was going to school out there, but then in the summertime, I would come back to New York. So that first year, me being in London, killing niggas with my raps, like they bringing me, oh, battle him. I'm just, no one could fuck with
Cooking
me over
niggas.
there.
Right.
And I was a kid. I was like 14.
Like LeBron in high school.
And my cousin was 24. My cousin was 24, and his friend had a studio, but they was in their 20s, and I was a teenager, so I was fucking with them. And they was bringing me around, like, listen to him rap, and I was cooking niggas from then. So that boosted my confidence. So when I went back to New York in the summertime, that was when, like, Smack DVD and all that shit started
Oh,
coming out.
yes.
The New
Yeah.
York
Oh,
summers,
yes.
y'all.
The
Look,
smack era.
That's when I started running around the city, and then I was battling niggas, and I was cooking niggas then. So like, yeah, I always been nice. From a teenager, I always been nice.
When I
So
started.
that's where my confidence
shout
came
to
from.
Coach,
I
man.
always been nice. You get what I'm saying? I everywhere I
Nah, he's
went.
not lying though. Nice
I
rappers
always
always
been
been
dope,
nice.
bro.
I went back. I went
It's a
back.
gift.
It's
I
a
went back to
gift,
the
man.
to the 2016 project, bro. It's been
It's
nice
crazy,
since you
but
started.
I have,
first really got
listen,
the shot,
I have
right?
shit out there from before. Go on my SoundCloud page. I got shit that I done deleted, but
SoundCloud.
this shit, go to SoundCloud, bro. This shit on there.
But yo, let me ask you
smoke.
this. Like you mentioned boom bap and not liking to call it that earlier.
Hip-hop.
And the fact that like this sound, they try to front like it's not valid. We see where hip hop is on a commercial level. Do you ever feel like any pressure to divert from your sound and do some shit that's popular?
No, because
Good answer.
I used to like, bro, I used to do that. I used to like do trap music. I used to like play my hand in it because like I used to run around the parties. Like I mean,
Right.
like before I was lit with the rap, like I used to be in all the parties in Brooklyn and all that shit. So like that music is like an influence. So it's like, okay, if you performing it, like, okay, yo, Rome, you rap. Yo, you can perform tonight. If you performing in a fucking party when niggas is jumping off the couch and shit, you kind of gotta give them some of
Couch
that
jumping,
element.
kinda what they
You
want.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can rap like this, but if I'm in a party and then they fucking playing all sorts of ASAP Rocky and Gold All in My Chain, and they cut all that shit off. They cut all that shit off to be okay. Yeah, Rome Streetz about to rap.
Like, here this nigga go.
Gotta
Yeah, I
have
can
something in
rap
the
like
chamber.
this, but at the end of the day, I kind of gotta give him that too.
Yeah.
You gotta
You
give
get
people
what I'm
what they
saying?
want.
So like, I could do that. I used to fuck with that just to you know
Have
what I
it in the
mean?
chamber.
Get in there because you gotta understand, like, you gotta put fucking sugar in the medicine.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I used to rap like that a little bit and mix it in with this, but then it was like, yo, I was getting further with this. 'Cause
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everybody, like, you don't have to be good to make a music
Hell
like
no.
that. It's like, yo, I've been rapping for years, I'm nice, but then it's like, okay, I kind of gotta alter my shit to do that. It's
Dumb
like
it
dumb
down.
it down.
Yeah.
A nigga
Nah,
nigga could be like, yo, start rapping tomorrow and then make a hit song like that dumb it down shit. Anybody could do that.
You know why niggas fuck
Look,
with
but
you,
look,
man.
anybody could do that, but not everybody could do this.
That's true.
So at the end of the day, if I just go hard and perfect the shit that niggas can't do, I'ma shine. It's like, what's the
Right.
fucking point of trying to be a goldfish in a fucking ocean with goldfish? When I
they
can
gotta
do
climb
this,
up to
I
bars.
can be the whale. I
Yo.
can be the whale in this shit. You
Yo,
know what I'm saying?
Rome, I settle a dispute between me and Sincere the Rap Snob here. Is trap music hip hop?
It's a form of it, but it's its own thing.
That's what
Like
we've been telling
put it
this
like this. If you having a conversation with me and you be like, he does trap, he does hip hop, I'm gonna understand what you're saying. But to the average, to the casual motherfucker, they not gonna get it. trap is hip hop, but is metal rock?
Yes.
A form of.
Okay.
It's a subgenre.
That's the same shit.
Yeah.
Trap is a subgenre
Right.
of rap.
And as
hip-hop.
rock grew, their subgenres emerged and didn't sound like other subgenres.
See, but
and hip hop is growing in much the same way that rock did.
Here's
the
my
rap
thing.
stop get over.
Here's
Go
my
ahead,
thing. Here's
nigga.
my
Talk to
thing.
him.
Because I've been trying to make this point on the table for a second, and I'd never found like the right time to like say it.
Let me get the drop
on
ready
wax.
for this nigga.
But you remember like in the 80s when like metal, like hair metal took over hair rock? That's what I feel
that's
trap
not my
is.
era.
All right, nah, I feel you. But y'all remember,
bro.
do y'all
That's
remember
crazy,
in the
bro.
80s when it like there was a lot of hair metal like Poison and Rat and all them bands?
Sure.
That was rock.
Right.
That you understand my point. Get out of here.
Continue.
Proceed.
Get there.
Anyway, so that's what I feel trap is in the hip hop scene, right? Because hair metal had its popular run, but when we look back on it, we're like, yo, what was they doing? Like this wasn't like
But
the
trap been
quality
here,
shit.
bro.
But
Trap
yo,
ain't going nowhere.
you know where it gets, the lines get blurred? Because some artists are subgenre fluid. Them
Yeah,
niggas
nah, I
that give
agree
you
with that.
them
Yeah,
niggas that give you
like
an album
Drake.
and they have everything on it.
Right.
They have a trap, they have a boom bap,
Drake,
they have a
Big
fucking
Sean.
drill, they have
Yeah.
a sing-songy joint. So now when you
Right.
talk, if you just listen to that shit and you talk to that nigga and it's like, yo, is it a subgenre? It's like, no, it's all one thing.
But though-
because I could jump in every
Yeah.
bag, and when I give it to you, I'm a hip hop artist.
But listen, that's why I love music, because I could fuck with Rome Streetz. I know what Rome Streetz is going to give me, but I'm in a different mood. I could fuck with Young Thug, a little baby.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, it just depends on what the vibe is. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
of
Here's what the
course.
Drake
Nah,
is
but the
doing.
essence
Drake
is
is
the
doing
essence,
that.
bro.
Yeah, talk to me.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying. The essence is the
listen,
essence.
But what
essence
I'm
is the
saying,
essence,
what
but
Drake does,
branched out.
what Drake does by giving you all those multiple tracks is that you can gravitate to the one you want. You know what I'm saying? So you always have a selection. It's like eating at a buffet. And let's say people gravitate to the trap ones. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he'll make more trap ones than opposed
Yeah.
to people
But
listening to more
that's
hip
the
hop
thing
ones
about-
to make more
that's the
hip
thing
hop
about-
ones.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh yo, let me say this one thing though.
But that's
Like,
the thing about the streaming era. The streaming era allows dudes to do that because they'll pick 3 or 4 songs out of a whole album and like run that up, and then the whole album goes platinum just because they running up
Yeah.
those 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but I understand Drake because you gotta look at the playlist era now. Playlisting is like, yo, it's so many different vibes on this one playlist. If you an artist that can give your listener every vibe, you can be on 1,000
Kill that
different
shit,
fucking
son.
playlists.
Right.
But put it like this, even with me, right? Like, I try to give you different vibes on every song. If you listen to one of my albums, like, I try to give you different vibes, different tempos, different feelings. You get what I'm saying? It's not just like this shit down one vein. Like, yes, boom bap, but I give you different bounces. I give you different feelings. I give you different angles.
Everywhere.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm still everywhere within this subgenre of hip hop, but you get what I'm saying? Like, I could do trap songs, I could do all that, but personally, like, before I even got to where I was with this shit and just trying to just pick up pointers and tips and shit, motherfuckers be like, yo, you gotta find your target audience. You understand what I'm saying?
Manager talk.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, so I thought about it, like, yo, if I'm trying to make a everything song, like, if I'm trying to put out and then make this type of song to fuck with this person, this, like, I'm not actually targeting an audience.
Right.
I'm spreading myself too thin. You get what I'm saying? I'm doing one type of song for every genre, but if this one catch, this might not be the fucking shit that I want to jump into. So it's like, now it's like, damn, I made a sing-songy ass song and that's not really my
That's not
lane.
my bag,
but now
yeah.
niggas caught on to it, so now I'm the sing-songy
I gotta do
nigga.
that. There
You
you
get
go.
what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what? My target audience is the niggas like me. On a 98, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to make the music that I would listen to if it wasn't me making it.
Oh,
You get what I'm
And that's the
saying?
way it should be.
Yeah.
Bars.
So now I just like, you know, this is what the fuck I'm gonna do. Cause I'm gonna keep it 1,000. And a lot of niggas may not even admit to it. I always been rapping like this. Like, you see that I've Been Through Mad Shit album? I didn't know nothing about underground rap. The only nigga I knew was Action Bronson.
Okay.
And even when I made that album, I was listening to fucking like majority of shit I was listening to was like ASAP Rocky and like
Well, they
Chief
was popping,
because
yeah.
that was the only thing that was out. I didn't even know niggas was rapping like that.
Yeah.
I was just like, you know what? I want to make an album like this. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is like, because the tape that I put out before was an everything joint.
Right.
The Rolling Stone shit, if you go on my SoundCloud, you can hear it. But it was like an everywhere joint. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? This is what the fuck I want to do right now. So if you listen, I've been through mad shit, that's the zone I was in. After I made that, somehow I found out about this underground shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was always running around Brooklyn in the parties, at block parties. I went to a block party in Bushwick, and like I heard, like, I didn't even know who they was. I heard Conway, he was there. He was rapping.
Oh,
shit. I'm like, oh shit, that nigga's nice. That was the year Jadakiss and them niggas was there. I'm like, okay, that was dope.
Okay.
And then like, cause I'm an artist trying to get on, I'm into the blogs.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to get on these blogs, trying to figure it out. And I keep seeing these niggas. I'm like, okay. Griselda, I'm like, who are these guys? You know what I'm saying? They got signed. I'm like, I never heard them. So I'm like, okay, one day, let me press play. You know what I mean? I went on SoundCloud, heard some shit. I didn't like it. I'm like, that shit's mad slow. Like, I didn't get it. A lot of the shit that I love, I didn't like the first time. I didn't like MF Doom when I heard it the first time.
I don't like MF Doom.
I love that nigga, bro. That nigga's
Yo,
a god.
A lot of people love him, bro.
Overrated.
So, like,
You watch your mouth, bro.
Overrated.
Nah, he's
lot of
ill,
people
bro.
do love Doom.
It's like he's in a
man,
quiet taste. He's in a quiet taste.
Playing my
Coach
flag.
ain't trying to hear it.
Playing my
Yo,
flag.
look,
Coach ain't trying to hear it.
say, right?
Hey, Josh ain't trying to hear it either.
Yo, shots fired.
Josh running the show, ain't trying to hear it either.
I say all that to
Yo,
say,
I might need to hold that L, man.
somehow I found, I just like,
that was a
I
moment.
found like some Westside Gunn shit or just like some shit that I just liked. Like one day I was in the park doing pull-ups and that shit just came on. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, it might have been like, I think it was the song, it was the Rex Ryan joint with Westside Gunn, Conway, and Rock Marciano. I'm like, yo, what what the fuck is this? I'm like, oh, this shit is crazy. Like, that was like the first time I
That's the
really,
best feeling in hip hop.
bro, that was like the
moment right
first
there.
time I really ever heard Rock Marcy, all that shit. I'm like, oh, niggas is rapping.
Spit and spit.
So
Yo,
once I
rapping.
start researching, I'm like, oh, these niggas putting out.
it's
I'm like,
out
oh, these
there,
niggas
bro,
putting
yeah.
out current shit. I'm
right.
like, oh, all right. I'm on shit now.
yeah.
Boom. That's when I really started. I'm like,
Yo.
okay, there's a whole world. That's when I just like dove into, like a rabbit hole.
Right.
I started listening to that shit, and then I found out like, yo, it's a whole world of niggas.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what? All right.
Say less.
Not for
Say
nothing,
less. It's
but,
like, yo, that shit reminded me of the table in high school.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit. All y'all niggas is over here? I'll be right back. And then I
Rock-
came back with that
Wow,
shit.
that's the
You know what I'm
essence,
saying?
man.
Rock
dope.
Marciano deserves his flowers.
Yeah.
Because the whole underground scene that you're talking about right now, I feel like a lot of it, the vast majority of it stemmed from Rock Marciano. After he left Flip Mode Squad and kind of like took a hiatus, he came back in like 2007, like 2010, somewhere around there. And a lot of the sound that you hear now stemmed from Rock Marciano and what he did, and people wasn't paying attention at the time, but now people are like going back and doing the knowledge now.
Planted a seed.
Shouts to
It's
Rock
crazy
Marciano.
because I'm real late to that whole shit. Like the first time I really heard rock was in like 2016, 17. Matter of fact, it was 7. It might have been like the
And
end of 16,
he
17.
had put out like 5 projects.
Like
already
that was the
since.
first time I heard Griselda, all that shit. I'm like, oh, this shit is crazy. But it's funny. The first mixtape I ever recorded was on. I recorded that shit in his building, 100 Terrace
Word?
in Hempstead. Yeah, because
Rock's
I mean,
building?
yeah, hell yeah, I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know till like recently. Oh, he's from
crazy.
over there. It's crazy because like I lived in Long Island too for mad years. You know what I'm saying? Like before I moved to Brooklyn and shit. So fucking, it's funny because I used to like dig. Like it was a time when like around like 2007, 2008. I was into Jay Dilla a lot. That was like when I first
You
found
sitting
out.
next to the right dude.
Listen, bro,
Hey,
that
God
was
bless
when I
him.
first found out about
Dilla.
Jay Dilla.
Jay
That was
Dilla
when
the
I
God.
first found out about Doom, Madlib, all that shit. So I used to like rap over their beats. Because majority of motherfuckers back then, everybody was listening to G Unit, Max B, Dipset.
Word,
So
word.
like, and
I'm niggas.
no.
Good vibes.
Look,
That's a
me
fact.
too.
That's a
I'm
fact.
niggas too. Trust me, I'm a.
Yo, I'm niggas
Bro,
too.
listen, bro, listen.
We all niggas here. What you mean, bro?
I can recite Dipset mixtape word for word, like every song back. You know what I mean? But I say that to say like that's when everybody was on that, and like you know everybody who rapped in the hood was like going to the studio, burning CDs and shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's a fact.
so
You know
back
my
then,
life, bro.
so
Hell
back
yeah.
then, I used to rap over Dilla shit, Doom shit, Madlib shit. So when I pull up on my burnt CD, niggas never even heard the beats before. They're like, "Yo, what the
What
fuck
is
is
this?
this?
This is amazing.
Yo, this
songs.
is your own
Who
shit."
made this?
Yeah, exactly. So like to
My
niggas,
shit.
it's like, yo, that's like original shit.
Yeah.
Because
Word,
everybody else is pulling up, they rapping over fucking
Every
pop
hood we go-
champagne and all that shit.
And
You know what
nobody
I'm
knows
saying?
the beats you
Yeah,
rapping
nobody
on.
knows that shit.
That's
That's
a
like
fact.
boutique rap. So like I say that to say like I always been like a nigga like this, rapping like this, and feeling like yo, I'm fire. You get what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But I never really had the outlet. I didn't know that this underground rap shit was going on until 2017. You and motherfuckers would be like, I read interviews and they write articles about me, like, yo, inspired by this and that. Like, yo, I never even heard these niggas. Bro. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
yo,
That's that journalist shit. They just start
real
like
shit. And it's no
connecting
connection,
dots
niggas,
that
bro.
aren't
Like,
even there, bro.
yeah, bro, I was
shit.
chewing niggas. Like I was already,
Hey, yo.
yo, son. It's funny because I was the nigga that just be outside like, yo, niggas rap. Oh, niggas rap. Nah, them niggas trash, bro. Listen to this. Drrr. Like outside on the street, wherever niggas be like, yo, my man Rome rap, so he body on niggas. So I always been like this. You get what I'm saying? So it was just. Once I found out about the underground shit, it was just a new arena. It's like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like I was inspired
arena
by
to conquer.
any of these
Just new
motherfuckers.
battleground.
And then once I got in, all the niggas who I was like, okay, like I fucked with Rock, like, yo, this nigga's ill. I fucked with Westside Gunn, and once I met these niggas, it's like, yo, I fuck with you. It was like, oh, okay, like, all right.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I always been on some beast mode shit.
All right, so last question for you.
We got time for one more.
Keep it going, bro. I love
Alright.
doing interviews, bro.
All right. Nah, because I just want I know he's the timekeeper over here, but
The timekeeper.
I just because I need to know because I know you have something in the works with DJ Muggs. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Oh, well, I did not know that.
Oh
Word.
yes. Oh yes.
Holy shit.
Oh
So
yes.
can you give us a little
Taste.
Yeah,
taste,
man.
little
It's coming out in
sneak
February.
peek? February.
Okay. It's
right
called
corner.
Death and the Magician.
Say it again.
It's called Death and the Magician.
Okay.
It's funny now that you asked about that. I have another answer to one of the questions that you had asked about.
You talking me, brother?
Yeah.
Which
you
one?
was like, name something that you would probably be like interested in or inspired by that people probably wouldn't know. So like
That was sincere, but that's cool.
Oh, my bad.
It don't matter who
It don't
dog,
matter. It
I'm
don't
fucking
matter.
with you. Yo, I'm the nigga that
we all-
does that
we're
on
all
the
one.
show.
We smoke, bro. We got,
It's all
that's
love,
our reason.
bro.
So
We
look,
smoke.
right? So like I fuck with like I like the images on tarot cards, right? Like I was like like one day I just seen them shits, was like, yo, those are dope. And then I started like really like researching them shit, like what does that mean? And then like I really got into like the meaning and shit. So like that album is kind of like has that intertwined with it. You get what I'm saying? And it like I really fuck with that shit. Like
My girl's
just-
really into that. all
Yeah,
that
like
too, so.
like I don't know how to do it or nothing, but
Right.
I just like how the cards look, and then I like the meanings behind it and how they can apply to your everyday life.
They're artful. I give
Yeah,
it that.
exactly. So like with that album, like the title is based on that, and like some of the songs are, and just like the way things came about with that shit, like it's really fucking supernatural, bro. Like so that album is cracked, bro.
forward
It's
to
coming
that.
out
Be looking out
February.
for that.
It's called Death and the Magician. And they already told he
I'm
already
excited,
exposed the title, so I'll talk about it. I'm
a
a
fire
real top
title.
secret nigga, like, you know what I mean?
Not for nothing.
got
That was
nugget,
my
though.
question. I was asking what's coming up for 2021. But
Oh,
he just answered it.
I
That's
just-
beautiful.
Anthony the Magician
I
with
just pulled
DJ
the rug from
Muggs.
under you.
Yo,
Yes.
Rome, we appreciate
in.
you making
Yes.
the time
Thank you
to
for
come
having
on
me.
here,
Thank you
being
for
a
having me.
fire guest. You are
Yeah,
welcome.
dope.
You
You
are
were
welcome to
awesome,
come back.
man.
Thank you
Whenever.
for having me, bro.
I'm sorry,
It's
Joe.
funny because man, I'm mad that the shit is over.
Can I just say something? Like, a lot of times you meet niggas like, they doing their thing or whatever, you vibe with them, maybe you have a little drink with them. I was pleased to meet Rome because I'm a fan, but after vibing with him a little bit, he's a stand-up brother,
I appreciate that, bro.
So,
Yes, sir.
listen,
man.
you a friend of the Roundtable. Anytime you want to promote something,
Yeah, man.
please hit us up. We're always happy to have you, bro.
Thank you for having me.
I'm gonna just
Sir.
email
Appreciate
Coach.
it.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate
Hey, shout out to Coach, man. That's the homie.
In the back.
Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for having me.
Quick 16?
I mean, that's up to Rome. I ain't gonna put that
Hey.
pressure
You want
on
a
him.
16,000?
I mean, this ain't no
Over
free
this
show.
beat,
I
that'd
mean,
be beautiful. It's a tough
One
beat.
that I have. You know what I mean? All right. A lot of raps, man. A lot of raps.
A lot of
man.
raps.
Got a lot of
Vibe.
raps. And then if you know what it is sometimes with these freestyles? Like, now, before I used to just have like a book full of rhymes. And now it's like when I write rhymes, there are 4 things.
Yeah.
Ah.
So
Gotcha.
now it's like, okay, what rap do I spit?
That won't be.
That won't give it away too
Yeah.
much. But that's still here. You know what I'm saying? So I might have a rap. Let me see.
Rap Roundtable.
I actually, like, you know what I mean? I'm a realist, bro. I actually gotta look
The
up.
Nah,
to see if
I
got
feel
a
you.
rap.
'Cause that's the exact same way I would think too. It's like I don't want to give too much away of what I'm about to do, what I'm about to,
But you
put
know
out.
what? I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all niggas, bro. I'm a freestyle.
Oh shit.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
here we go.
Let's go.
Here we
want
go.
rap? Beat?
Roundtable.
You want this beat? Hey yo, on the rap round table, talking that shit, doing it slick. Sometimes niggas ain't able. Niggas get on the microphone and they spit fables. A lot of lies. They fuck up after they 14th try, but not I. I do the shit on the fly and catch it smooth like Jeter.
Let's go.
It doesn't even matter if it's trash or the beat is
Come
a
on.
heater. Motherfucker, I be in the 2-seater. Yeah, the Benz with no back seat. Hopping
rap
out the black Jeep with the
Roundtable.
black heat on another day. All these niggas talk, but I don't care. Sometimes when I was young, I didn't listen to what my mother say. I caught the rhyme still. Back in the day, back in the hood, I used to hand in hand with the pills for the deals. Cheap thrills, catching felonies, doing dumb shit. Now I don't steal. Yeah, I just rap over instrumentals and go mental. Bitch, nigga, I don't need a pencil. Sit back, not eating fennel. Yeah, I like the motherfucking steak medium rare, cause if it's well done, you can get it out of there.
go.
My girl talking about vegan shit. But fuck that, I like the lamb and the jerk chicken, bitch. Real shit, I ain't playing. Yeah, I'm too short to die at the weigh-in. You know what I'm saying, and you probably see it like a closed caption. I'm in a level that they wanna be it, but fuck that, nigga. All action, no talk is what I'm bringing. Yeah, going back over the track, nah, I'm not singing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yo,
hey,
Easy money, motherfucker.
Ball work.
Yeah, man.
Expert ball work right
Automatic,
there.
Off
man.
the
I had to
dome.
do
Yo,
it.
thanks
I
so
had to
much,
do it,
man. You've been a
Thank you,
very
bro.
generous
Happy
guest.
to
We
have you,
appreciate
bro.
you, bro.
Anytime, bro.
Listen.
And you know we all fans,
Thank
and
you
our
guys for
listeners are
having me,
fans
man.
also.
That's the thing about this pod. Like we're rap fans.
Nah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
dope, bro.
the end of the
I
day.
appreciate it, bro. I like the questions. You know what I mean? Because sometimes a motherfucker be like, yo, come to my show. And they'll just ask you, they'll be like, yo, where you from? What's your top
Well, they're
five?
them whack ass podcasts.
Like, yeah, you know, like, they'll just ask you generic questions that
Yeah.
everyone will ask. And it's like,
Facts.
yo, bro, like, talk about the music, bro. Like, don't have me sitting here for a whole hour and you ask me about other rappers. You get what I'm saying? Like, you see other shit
Y'all
like
see
that.
how- y'all see
How
how
do you
big
feel
that
about
rap is in the
this
back?
new album?
Look
And
how
then we
big
talk
that
about
rap
the whole
is.
shit for an hour,
talk
and you
rap.
don't even know what, you know what I mean? Like,
It's a
what's
waste of
going on
time.
with it. So it's like, yo, I appreciate just the questions, man. You know what I'm saying?
You
No
like
doubt.
Everlast's
doubt.
debut album?
You know what?
It's underrated. I
You know
would
what
say.
though? Jump Around was a classic hit.
Hey, see?
And it's crazy
See?
because DJ Muggs made that beat.
That's it.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it. That's what we call
You know what I mean?
full circle. My
You
nigga.
see that?
Yeah.
It's real. It's dope. And yo, can I, before we go,
Yes.
can I just say something? And it was like,
Sure.
like full circle moments are like really crazy. Like they happen a lot with me in hip hop, but like it's crazy like when I give that to someone else. And it's like, yo, I feel like I'm still on a discovery. Like, you know what I mean? From the out, I was telling my friend the other day, like, motherfuckers be like, I pull up and they be like, yo, I'm with Rome Streetz. I'm like, yo, I don't even know how this shit look from the outside.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm still me.
Right.
I'm still doing regular shit.
You still the same.
I'm still
nigga.
doing the same shit I was doing before, like, motherfuckers look at me like Rome
All this
Streetz,
shit
right?
kicked off.
So I was in LA the other day, right? Fucking with Muggs or whatever. And like, I'm like, yo, I need somebody to film some shit. So I hit up my homie from out here, but he was in LA and he fucks with like ASAP and them, right? So I'm like, yo, where you at? I need somebody to film shit. He's like, yo, I'm in a meeting, but I'm gonna send somebody. So he sent like, he's like, I'm gonna send my little homie. So he sent like one of his mans or whatever, like he's a young kid or whatever. So he came through. He's like, oh, I introduced it to him. We came to the studio. Mug's studio looks crazy. It looks really crazy. So I'm like, yo, you know where you at? He's like, nah. I'm like, yo, you never heard of Soul Assassins? He's like, yo, I know Soul Assassins, DJ Muggs. I'm like, yo, hell yeah. He's like, so he's chopping up with Muggs. He's like, yo, this is crazy. He's like, and then he asked Muggs, he's like, yo, do you know Esteban? You know Esteban, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he shoots the photos. Like he shot the LA photo and all that shit. Like all that shit.
Oh yeah,
He-
yeah.
It's
There's
crazy.
a documentary about
Yeah,
it.
hell yeah. He directed one of my videos. Low
Which
key.
one?
That's fine.
No, the one that's coming out for the album.
Oh.
And that's some shit that motherfuckers don't know. So y'all got the
New
exclusive.
shit.
So anyway, you know what I mean? And shout out to
The
Brandon.
Rap
He's the
Roundtable.
videographer. So he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Brandon was talking to DJ Muggs. He was like, yo, son, he's like, yo, do you know Esteban? And Muggs was like, of course. I gave him his first fucking job. He's like, yo, that's crazy. He's like, yo, my sister, he's like, yo, when I was 6 years old, my sister gave me Esteban's book. And that's the shit that inspired me to do photography.
Yo, dope.
And then he's
That
like,
work,
and then
bro.
he's like, yo, that inspired me to do photography. And it's like, now I'm here with the guy who gave him his first job, who inspired him to be a photographer.
Full circle.
So
full
I'm like, yo,
full
yeah,
circle.
that shit just came full circle. I don't even feel like I'm the rapper that, like, before I was a rapper, what I look at rappers as. Like, oh, shit, I want to be a rapper. Like, I don't even feel like
No,
I'm
you're
there
right
yet.
At home.
No, but look,
you're right where you belong.
I don't even feel like I'm there yet, even if I may be. But for me to give someone else a moment where they shit came full circle within this music shit already, it's like, it's big for me. You get what I'm saying? So
Down to
this
story.
DJ Muggs album is some real shit.
We can't wait for it, man. We got a lot of
We'll
love
be
for you,
on
bro.
deck.
There's a lot of ill moments just happen
We'll be
within.
quoting your lyrics.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
bro.
You know what I mean?
Yo, I appreciate
Rome
you guys,
Streetz,
bro.
ladies
Rome
and gentlemen.
Streetz,
Rome
yes.
Streetz.
Streamers,
96, know you gonna
wherever
break
you
this
get
shit.
your music, look them up on social media. You want to plug that real quick?
Yo, look me up, man. Rome Streetz, ROMESTREETZ.
One of the nicest niggas in New York City. The nicest
sir,
nigga.
man.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
go ahead and say the nicest.
Yes, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
For real,
Go
for
ahead
real,
and say
man.
that.
Niggas can't fuck with me, man.
Yo,
That's
shout
what
out
I've
to
been waiting for all
Yo,
night. That
this
round right
time
there.
next year, listen, man. I'm gonna be talking some shit.
It's a
man.
wrap.
He's out of there.
Shit, man.
We having you back.
This man.
Appreciate you, brother.
The Rap Roundtable.